And we're live! Hello, everybody, and welcome in to tonight's episode of The Lost Frontier, our Star Trek Adventures show. It is the penultimate episode of the season, and we are about to get started. But first, we're going to go around, tell us, everybody, who we are and who we're playing tonight, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of it. We will start with AJ. It's been a while. It's been a while. Space meat and space potatoes. Yes, Coldrick. Next up we have Wassa. Oh, are we muted? Shoot. 1 second. 1 second. Everybody's muted because it dropped my audio settings.
Everybody in the
sorry. I accidentally timed you out. Thank you, AJ, for removing that timeout. That was a misclick on my part. I pulled a Milan.
It can happen to anyone.
So sorry. Next, we'll start again. AJ, tell us the thing.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Sushi Kid, and I am playing Dr. Tixel Tix, the chief medical officer of this space vessel, the USS Solstice. It's been a while.
Been a while.
So happy.
Next up, Wassa.
G'day everyone, I am Wassa. I am playing Lieutenant Commander Nalani Nadan, who uses she, they pronouns. They are the pilot.
And next up, we have Sarah.
Hi, hello, I'm Osirix Franco. I play Lieutenant Taru, the Vulcan Science Officer.
Heck yeah. And last but not least, we have Milan.
Hey, I'm Milan, also known as Mallard on the internet. I'm playing Arthur Rubin, the junior engineer. He's young, dumb, and full of enthusiasm for space, using they and he pronouns.
Young, dumb, and full of enthusiasm.
For space.
For space.
I love it here.
I hate it here, but I love it here. So without further ado, I'm Anita. I'm your GM. I play all the NPCs and stuff and things. You can find me here most times. But yeah, without further ado, who wants to give me a brief recap for a shiny point of momentum?
Everything is shit.
that is the briefest one that we could probably come up with.
Momentum, please. Damn it.
You need to do better than that, though.
Money, please. So we snuck aboard Deep Space Five, Nolani doing some cool pilot spy shit with a crew of new faces that were a little more reckless than maybe the mission intended, but it all worked out in the end. Nolani was able to meet with her mentor, M, to talk about what was going on because we were trying to determine where the USS Raleigh had gone. And we learned that there's like some multiple reality mumbo jumbo stuff going on. And we were able to collect data on the Raleigh from M, so we have an idea of where they were headed. We also learned, though, that because we're in some weird time fuckery, Nolani, her whole backstory had changed. Wasa, do you want to talk about that?
Nalani is part of Section 31, apparently, siphoning all of the knowledge from Emrys Greaves and using that for questionable activities with a sort of black operative unit. That's great. And Nalani was told to stay dead and has that permanently seared in their brain. And they were like, okay, I'm going home now. So that's great. I love it.
It's very good.
I feel bad almost.
It was big.
I love it so much.
Back aboard on the Solstice, Taru was trying to follow the trail of tachyon radiation and developed a new theory about what was going on with the Raleigh, that the anomaly itself was aboard the Raleigh and impacting the reality around it. Later, I think we confirmed that what had happened was Nara, our AI intelligence, or AI, I don't need to say intelligence, words are hard sometimes, was being weaponized to hold the anomaly of sorts, and that the Raleigh was headed towards a very disruptive Deep Space Nine and Bajor, towards a wormhole. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to stop this from happening and reality itself from being ripped asunder. No big deal.
NBD. You got
Does
this.
anyone want to go get like something to eat first, or like
I mean,
Some space Taco Bell.
Do you think this is
Please.
like? Do you think this is like pressing? Like, do you think we have some time?
But like, when is the project due, really?
Do we get the weekend because people pick it up on the Monday morning, not the Friday?
Yeah, is this a
evening?
business day kind of timeline or nah?
One thing that you did forget to mention is currently aboard your ship is dressed in an admiral's uniform, is an entity known as Q, but not the John Delancey Q. This is another Q. Blonde, kind of svelte. This is Q's wife, Q. Mommy Q. Thank you, Milan.
Correct.
So, with that, the Q that is currently aboard your ship did manage to give you more information through a warmer, colder hints, like to tell you whether or not you were on the right track. And you managed to suss out this information with just a little bit of their help. Mostly on your own. They're mercurial like that. But without further ado, you are currently heading as fast as the ship is willing to take you on your way to Deep Space Nine. And I will ask the crew of the USS Solstice. It's going to be a little bit before you get there, barring any time skips or Q shenaniganery. What do you want to accomplish before, I guess, as I said earlier, at the save point before the final boss?
think Arthur is working just on personal projects at the moment. Well, I say personal. Wants to make sure that the android shell is perfectly ready, just in case. I think we had
Are you
one
fixing up?
task
Are you
left?
fixing up Tix's robot girlfriend?
Yes.
God bless.
Okay. Give me a reason plus engineering. Or
Because this is important, I feel like I should use momentum, but we don't have enough. So why don't I use a nice point of threat instead?
Are you actually buying threat for this
I'm
specific
asking
role?
the party if that would be acceptable.
I'm gonna tell you right now that it's not a high difficulty roll. It's a difficulty 2.
Oh, okay.
Get the work
Then
accomplished.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
you're gonna be fine.
It's just finishing touches at this point. Getting the dermis looking correct. Getting the hair to
That's 2
wisp in exactly
successes.
the right way. There you go. There you go.
Almost 3.
Fucking this dolt wants to already causes problems.
I will always attempt to use threat.
You are sort of getting everything just sort of looking as good as you can. You've got file photos of the hologram form that Nara took. So you're doing your best to sort of approximate the skin tone, the hairstyle, and getting it to look as sort of natural as possible. And is this really the best use of our time?
I turn around. Who's there?
Q.
Oh, Admiral. I don't. We have an admiral aboard. Wait. Oh, you're the person who did the thing to us, right? You know what I'm saying. I don't need to explain things. Right? You read minds or whatever? Is that how it works?
No, I'm not omniscient. I'm omnipresent.
I don't know the difference between those.
Oh, well, if you think about it in a narrative perspective, an omniscient narrator knows the thoughts of everybody as they're thinking them and presents them all sort of as... It's a very cluttered way to write a story.
Hmm. So you just see everything. You don't... Okay, got it.
I mean, yeah, I see everything. Everything I
But
pay
you still know
attention
what
to.
I mean. I would guess from context clues?
I suppose.
Yes, you did the thing, and that's why we're here, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And you're building an android. The ship is about to face off against a dire threat from an oncoming enemy vessel that is outmatching and outgunning you, and you're building an android. You are interesting.
I mean, 1, it's my lunch break, so... And 2, I don't really know what else to do. I can't make a better phaser array just out of rocks. We don't have the materials. Unless you could do your Q magic and do that for us and give me the materials to do it.
Q, do the thing? Is that what I'm hearing?
Do the thing.
Q Lee, do the thing.
But yeah, I mean, like...
You're on your break.
I...
And she gets close to you, and she leans in very close and begins to sort of scrutinize you.
I think it's canon that Arthur's, like, short, so he's looking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, she, like, leans in and leans down. Can you see something in her eyes for a second? Make me a security plus insight check very quickly.
Oh boy, not great.
This is not a hard difficulty.
I got 2 successes though.
That is enough, and that gets you a point of momentum.
Personal space.
There is a moment where there is a glimmer of almost fear in Q's eyes when she looks at you, Arthur. You really don't know.
Know what?
She backs up for a second. Huh.
Thanks. Usually it's the 3rd date that someone gets that close to me, so thanks for just, bubble.
We'll talk later. She
I
snaps
don't
her
like how big
fingers
that sounds.
and disappears.
Uh-oh. I think Arthur stands there for like a full 15 seconds, which doesn't seem like much to everyone else, but to Arthur is an eternity. And then just goes back and rewires the subdermal heating implants in the android or whatever to make it feel like human skin.
Why?
I kind of hate
You
this.
don't need to do that.
Arthur's making a real doll, and
Okay, that's not the purpose of it. The purpose is to make Nara feel
I'm a real
like-
boy.
Yes.
I like Arthur a whole bunch. Turns out, like, we're all shaking our heads, but we know in our hearts. We know
Arthur
the
is a
truth.
sweet bean. Arthur knows nothing. Arthur is.
We know the truth.
Arthur has a head for figures and nothing else.
Dr. Tix, what are you up to? Would you like me to narrate a little bit?
Yeah. I'm absolutely clueless of what Tix could be doing right now.
Well, knowing that you are facing up against sort of a dire threat, what you're doing is you are shoring up supplies and making sure that sickbay has enough backup reserves in case replicators go down, because in a straight head-on confrontation with the rally, you know that you will be expecting casualties.
I'm making kits for all the nurses and everybody, like kind of like basically like little first aid kits and stuff for field.
For field triage.
Yeah, for field emergency medicine.
And Nurse Shark and a few of the other help staff that help around in sickbay are helping you sort of make sure that there's also one engineer, I think Cheeks is on staff right now, currently like adjusting the biobeds and making sure that there is like backup and reserve power just in case there is some sort of extra medical emergency. And if worse comes to worse, they are also setting up the the mess as an additional triage center in case there are more than what sickbay can handle.
Yeah, just Tix is just going back and forth, just making sure, like checking in on. I'm gonna say Cheeks is in charge of setting up, like help set up the mess. Just like going back and forth between sickbay and mess, just like checking in, and it's like, all right, yeah, okay, and then going back to sickbay and just making as much as they can.
On one of the trips back, you do notice that someone falls into step beside you. Doctor?
It falls into what?
Into step beside you.
Oh,
Doctor?
who is it?
Ari.
Counselor. It's it's the worst fear come to life.
It... We trained for this.
Yeah. Still doesn't get any easier.
It doesn't. But it gets easier to cope.
It's not every day that we're actually facing one of our own.
No, it is not. For us it is, I suppose. Since this will be our second confrontation, what we do is we take what we learned in the first and we apply it to the second. We know that there's no room for error. But we also know that we're only human.
Yeah.
Delton? Talaxian? Humanoid.
Mortal.
Hmm.
I just, we are reasonably so outnumbered, outgunned. This vessel was not meant for combat.
Wasn't. But mission directives can change. And maybe we have an advantage. We know someone on their ship.
I hope there's got to be a way that we can, I don't know, communicate with the rest of Nara's code.
It's possible. That might sound like a question for Lieutenant Taru.
I've already sent Nara light, not just Nara. I've sent Nara to Taru. They've been working together on something, but hopefully we are able to do something without getting in too close.
Well, I suppose that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself until then, Doctor.
Yep, because I gotta take care of everyone else when the time comes.
Don't forget you can lean on your team. And she'll step and walk away.
Cool. Yeah. I think Tix is gonna just take a moment and actually just be like, Nurse Shark, continue the preparations. I'm gonna take a moment.
Yes, Doctor.
And I'm gonna head over to start making my way to Science Lab.
Okay. So then the camera will shift to the science lab. Taru, what are you up to?
I believe that True would have Savon there with her, with like pulling up diagrams of the USS Raleigh's like original specs, trying to determine like what tactical advantages the ship used to have, right? At least establish a baseline understanding that none of that's actually accurate. And True would be she would be talking with Savon about what
Ooh.
she saw aboard the vessel.
Good question. In fact, I'm going to roll for Savon right now because Savon was up close and personal with their Jeffries
Correct.
tube system.
Correct.
Let me find the character sheet. Plasma power conduits. Or field dynamics. All right. Ooh. With 3 successes on insight plus engineering. Listen, I spent a good portion of time crawling through their Jeffries tube system. I think I've got a pretty good idea of their layout. And she begins to point out key systems here, here, and here. They've upgraded these. It looked like they were incorporating Borg tech. And I think I might be able to crack through it. By modulating our phase cannons. I'll have to talk with our new chief of security and see what exactly we can do. But I can definitely get more power to the phasers.
My current concern is given their advantages on speed, that we won't be able to catch up until it's too late. Is there a way to... True's gonna kind of like lean over the console and stare at the diagram and like, you know, when someone is focused on something, not because they're trying to figure it out, but because like there's like that desperate feeling, you know, like they are trying to figure it out. That's just pouring off of Taru, like angry, wiggly anime lines. She stares at this ship. Savon, is it possible to... Well, now, wait a minute. And she's going to go over to the sensors that have been tracking the tachyon radiation particles and speaking out loud. The tachyon radiation has the ability to alter reality itself.
Reality
aboard that
around.
Continue.
Yeah, the reality around where the Raleigh travels.
Would we experience small elements? Savant, what happens when you drop a rock in a pool?
Ripples, obviously. What are you getting at?
And what happens if you drop a second rock, slightly to the left or right? What happens to the ripples then?
Yeah?
They rebound. They make something different. They change the direction.
Mm-hmm.
What if we were able to do that with the tachyon radiation? They're currently they're sending ripples from their ship, are they not? They have the radiation themselves. We have trace amounts. Could we not collect that radiation and send a singular pulse in their direction to rebound off of what they are exuding? If we understand the dynamics of the ship, targeting their engine that is channeling tachyon radiation itself.
Create some sort of inverse tachyon field to negate the asset that they've been creating in the first place. Oh no, did Sarah freeze? Sarah froze. I'm just excited.
no.
Worst timing.
It's all good. It's all good. We lost Sarah for a moment.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, chat, press 1 if you think that.
I'm back. I'm
You're
back.
back.
I'm sorry.
You're back. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Create
An inverse tachyon
Correct,
fields
correct,
to negate
correct.
their
Much
changes
like-
and their alterations.
Correct. Much like a wave sign, we could cancel out the effect, like playing music over itself or replaying a frequency back at itself.
True, you are a genius.
What would you need to be able to create something like that, given what we have?
They're gonna make an insight plus engineering check to
Can I
try and
assist?
yeah, absolutely. Give me your focus. I believe. What are your focuses again?
Physics, astrophysics,
Your
composure, data analysis.
Your focus in astrophysics and data analysis would definitely apply. And I think that warp field dynamics for Sylvan would apply as well.
Okay.
Is that
How many am I rolling? I rolled 1.
you roll 1, yes, to assist.
Okay, so I got a 4, which I'm pretty sure is going to be under everything that I have.
So yours is going to be a insight plus science
Yeah. Uh-huh.
to assist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 9 plus 5, but I got a 4, so we're good.
But if you got a 4 and your focus applies, then that's 2 successes.
Sick.
And Savon rolled a 2 and an 8. So
oh my god.
they got 3 successes.
I would kiss this woman on her face.
I'm gonna say that if you like, when she says Savon, or when she says Taru, you are a genius, she grabs you by the front of your uniform and pulls you in.
I think I love this image because I think Taru goes like does the and doesn't know what's happening necessarily, and right as she kind of goes okay, Tix walks in.
There's that moment where you two are very close face to face, and the door opens and Dr. Tix walks in, and Savant backs up for a second and straightens up. Doctor.
Yeah. You guys.
Is there something I could assist you with?
No, I just wanted to check in on you and see how you guys were doing. Any ideas?
I believe that Savannah and I have were able to put our minds together and develop a potential theory. I'm glad you're here, though. I have some questions about Nara. I think I might have something there as well.
All right. Yeah. You want to do that now? Do I have to come back later, or?
On that sort of awkward moment, the camera's going to shift over to Nilani. What are you up to, Nilani? Doc blocked.
I think.
Oh, I love you.
That's so good. I think that Nilani, after the briefing, was like, we're just heading straight to DS9, so they don't need evasive maneuver piloting things, and be like, I need to take a break because I've got a lot going on. And they went straight to the flight simulations. Is it possible for Nilani to sort of replay what happened when they were trying to get away from the Raleigh, and sort of try to figure out the best ways to try to evade their maneuvers or their weaponry, or try to get close, trying to figure out the weak spot for a pilot to pilot.
Okay. Make me an insight plus con check.
And will investigative techniques.
Ooh, absolutely,
apply?
it does apply.
Okay, sweet. I have 3 successes.
3 successes. So with 3 successes, you're able to discern that the underbelly of the rally is not as... There's a spot that's just underneath them. You're small, like, you think about it for a second. Like, the Nova class ship is a smaller ship than the Sovereign class, much smaller than the Sovereign class. And you think you might actually have an edge there in that you can actually slip up underneath the saucer section of it, just below where their phaser banks are. They can't hit you when you're there. It's almost like it's almost like a lamprey eel hanging onto the bottom of a nurse shark.
It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And you know that from that position, at the very least, you can hold there and either fire off your own shots or you can use it to rally and come back up for maybe some kind of sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone sort of working on who's sort of like heading the plan of like, should I communicate with team science or team security in terms of who this information would be more valuable to?
This might be something that is more valuable to team security.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that let's make a new NPC. Special guest appearance for our new security chief. Now let's see. Our new security chief is a... That's boring. Let's try this again. I'm just rolling for a random... Sorry, y'all. Stand by.
Oh, groovy.
The other Trill aboard the ship.
Oh, nice.
The name is Sonus.
Sonus?
Sonus.
Okay.
Pronouns, please.
Sonus, Cal, pronouns, he, they.
Cool.
Sort of walks in. This is actually a different kind of Trill than, because you are the spots. This is the Trill with the forehead ridges, as first seen in Enterprise. Because we're going to say that both Trill are valid here.
Yes.
Can I help you?
Oh, hey, come here a sec. I think we've got something. We might be able to take advantage of our Nova class ship and get the leg up
You've got
on
a blind
the
spot for
rally.
me?
Got it. I think we do.
Right.
If you see, and then like Nalani will be pointing towards that weak spot.
But sort of the underside of the celestial
Mhm.
section.
I think I can get us there
It's tricky
with a
maneuvering.
little bit of help.
I'll just get him to really quickly roll. Oh, nice. It's going to be tricky maneuvering. It's a small spot, and it would be a tight fit. If you move too far ahead or too far back, they can get us. But you're an ace pilot, so I don't doubt your ability for 1 second.
I think I can do it. Just I'll put it in the sim and I'll start going a few rounds to see what wiggle room I have. But maybe we might need a little bit of help from engineering as well.
Do you want me to run help you run the combat simulation?
Please.
All right. I'll get holodeck 1 ready. Meet me there in about an hour, and I'll make sure that he'll take the data off and put it onto a pad. I'll take this to holodeck 1. We'll get it set up, and we'll get started on what happens next.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll grab an engineer to see what they can do to make this easy for us. And Nalani will be like, hello, to Savan and be like, I need an engineer to help me try to take advantage of a weak point that I have found on the rally.
So you walk in to the science just after Tix does, and you see that Savan's face is like a darker shade of blue.
Do I know what that means?
Make an insight plus security
Because
check.
like humans, if you're going blue, that's like asphyxiation, kind of like, oh god, we need a doctor. Oh, Dr. Tix, thank god you're here.
For Andorians, their blood is a darker blue, so it would be
What was that? Sorry.
insight plus security.
Okay, I have 1 success.
Easy enough. If you didn't know any better, you'd say Savan is blushing. Something has embarrassed Savan when you come into the room. And as soon as you say, I need some assistance with something, she straightens up and goes, yeah, sure. Right.
Sure you don't want to stay here? You don't want to stay here?
No,
You're good?
I'm good. Gonna walk, just goes out the door. This way?
No, the other way.
Other way.
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Are you going back to True?
No. Where are you sending me?
We just need to go to the holodeck. I just need a simulator. We're creating a simulation of going towards the rally. I need an engineer to see what they can do to make my life a little bit easier when I'm trying to maneuver.
On it. I've already got a couple plans in motion for how to get our weapon systems a little bit more juiced up. I might need Ruben's help with that, but also we're going to be working on a little bit more of a big project. But great, I can be somewhere and not here. Walks back towards the direction of holodeck 1.
I just like look at Nalani with like a knowing look. She's like, ooh.
Yeah, no, Taru is not looking at either of them. She's just tapping on a console and will turn and look at them and like raise a single eyebrow. Are we ready to discuss additional plans?
Oh yeah, if you want.
Yeah,
we're good.
Are you sure you didn't? You sure you didn't meet Savan here with like the plans that you were doing before?
The door slides open and Savan comes in. Forgot my toolkit and then leaves really quickly.
Taru just follows her with her eyes. No, Commander Savan and I have discussed the potential of creating a device to negate the tachyon radiation potentially damaging the Raleigh. I believe that she's capable of carrying out that engineering.
Cool. Right.
There is another matter.
looking at Dr. Tix like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
There is another matter I would like to discuss, though, and she'll tap her badge and excuse me, Arthur?
All right, is this over the communicator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up?
My understanding is that you were working on the android that will be housing Nara's code. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's fully kitted out, and I honestly, right now it's kind of weird because it does just straight up look and feel like a fully comatose human, and I'm a little disconcerted.
That information isn't necessary for the task at hand. Could you please bring the android to the science lab? I have some tests that I would like to run, and I believe that your expertise would be relevant.
Sounds good. I will be right over as soon as I find a gravity forklift. Because this thing does weigh a lot. It's made of metal.
True will just nod and look at Dr. Tix. I have a theory, and I believe that we can test it. However, I would feel better if you were present for it. When Siobhan returned from the Raleigh, she had experienced multiple waves of tachyon radiation, impacting her memory and understanding of which reality she belonged to. Currently, Nara is aboard that vessel experiencing that same phenomenon, potentially. It's possible that the piece of Nara we have and the Nara that exists might have some sort of entanglement of sorts. Given the volatility of the tachyon radiation and its warping of reality, it's possible that we can channel that information across space and time.
Creating a communication bridge between the two Naras.
Correct. This is just a theory.
I mean, I was hoping that we would be able to somehow connect, communicate with that Nara with some distance. I would like to be able to somehow bridge that connection before we get even close to the rally.
My understanding is that we've been picking up pieces of Nara along their route, embedded with code with messages. Perhaps as we develop the tachyon radiation, Siobhan would name this something like the tachyon radiation Paragon 5000, but I don't see the purpose of that. Perhaps we'll be able to send a signal from this coding of Nara over the tachyon radiation to the bulk of Nara's code.
I feel like at this point is when Arthur comes in and couldn't find a gravity lift, so is just draped the android over the back and is like piggyback riding it. It fully looks like just a dead person right now. Do you have a thing I can put this on? It's so heavy. Oh my god, why did I make it so heavy?
True will like walk over and just activate like a gravity lift from the wall that will just like come out gently.
I think Arthur just fully lays down on the floor. 200-pound metal android.
Lieutenant Commander Nilani, I have a question for you. I understand that your expertise lies in piloting, but through our mission together, I understand that you have other skills. I'm wondering if you could potentially assist in encrypting a data message.
Oh, I was about to offer, actually. I'll see what I can do. Happy to do so.
This is definitely a theory worth exploring.
The piece that I would request from you, Dr. Tix, is the message itself.
Hmm.
Nara is volatile, or was when we last encountered them. We might be able to use this to our advantage. Leaning into that intrinsic bond they seem to share with you specifically, to leverage a disruption in the Raleigh. At least create a diversion. Buy time. Do you understand?
Communicate with Nara to be able to buy enough time for us.
Correct.
Okay. I'll figure something out.
Coming up with a lot of great plans.
Is this Q?
Mm-hmm. Standing in the corner, wearing a science officer's uniform.
Just completely ignoring that. Did you need me for something, or did you just want me to carry the droid in here?
I'll need you for something later.
That
And
also sounds threatening. Why is everything threatening today?
Well, look, we're going to go at the underbelly of the Raleigh, and I need a little bit of help, maybe juicing up our ship a little bit in the right ways.
I don't know if I'm the person to talk to about that. I don't know if you've noticed, but like, I only have like a 30% success rate even fixing things, let alone upgrading them.
That's right. That's what I'm here for as well. Making sure it's stabilized.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to help.
Drew's just kind of been patiently watching Q, like as this exchange happens. Standing.
A lot of great plans.
Something that you needed, perhaps.
Oh no, I'm just enjoying the ride.
Why do I feel like there's gonna be a butt come after that?
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of great plans. One thing that you're short on, though, is time.
We could like get Nara out of their computer. I mean, like, it'd be funny if we could just get the android to just blip over and transport onto their ship into the computer core and just take it, but that's not possible. Why are you looking at me like it's possible?
Yeah, Taru turns and looks at Arthur, then back at Q.
Arthur. Q looks at you for a second. Snaps her fingers, and the two of you are in the computer core of the USS Raleigh. And then snaps her fingers, and you are back in the science lab.
Did anyone else just see that?
Did we see
See
them
what?
disappear?
For you all, no time has passed.
Oh, okay.
Arthur, you feel nauseous.
I think Arthur just gives in and retches onto the floor.
Is there like a quick cheeky bucket that we can like kick towards Arthur to just like,
That's
you
my
know?
mouse, cat. Yeah, you could just toss.
Oh, I know what that looks
bin.
like. Just throw it over.
Sorry, that's the aft celt.
The what?
Oh, never mind.
Did
Time
you just
sickness.
Did you just transport me onto their ship and back for fun?
What part of Q don't you understand?
All of it. You are a complete scientific impossibility.
You have no idea what
And
you
weirdly
are.
sadistic.
Q!
Can you do it again, but give me like 10 minutes?
If you want to get worse than throw up.
I mean, I've definitely had worse happen to me.
So, Arthur, if I may just momentarily interject here for a moment. Sorry, Q. What has just, occurred?
Oh, I just took him on a little trip just to see what they would find over there. Don't worry, I don't think we were spotted.
You know, with how important the code is, you would think they would have even a single person on security in that room.
Did they not?
What?
Make
saw-
me an insight plus security check, Arthur.
Oh, I think I put together something, but I don't know if Arthur has. That's 2 failures. Insight security is not their thing.
You didn't see any guards. But
Yeah.
you were also only there for about half a second.
I
You were
think I
there
just
long enough
gotta-
to see the computer core and not much else.
Yeah, I think I just gotta look at what their ship looks like.
Valuable information. Anything that really caught your eye?
Only my lunch, really.
I
God,
see.
that felt horrible. Is that what space sickness feels like to people who can't fly?
Wouldn't know.
We need time. What do we have at our disposal? And True,
Are we using like the tachyon sort of like exhaust fume equivalent of the Raleigh to? Are we following that?
yeah, exactly. And
How much
Can
can
we
we
use that?
hack the tachyons?
that's kind of Taru's initial thought, right? Was we're following this trail, we can collect the radiation to kind of like shoot it back at the Raleigh to create that resonance in that regard.
Because didn't the Raleigh use tachyon to upgrade their ship?
To upgrade their ship, and their engine actually ran on the anomaly itself. Like it's like they were channeling it itself.
So can we sort of like create like a tachyon cycle where we like exhaust in cycles and then output is like basically us skipping through the tachyon stream?
You do you do pretty much the same thing that what the Raleigh is doing, but in a little bit more of a controlled manner.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, they're like I would think like they're a boat being powered by tachyon radiation. We would be like a wakeboard being pulled behind it, kind of like riding off of the edge of the wave for that momentum.
But think about it. When they stop, our momentum would still continue just as fast.
Yeah.
So we'd catch up almost instantly if they're going that fast.
And
That's a really good idea.
And is it possible to, if we, so like, acceleration, if we are accelerating at the same rate that the tachyon is moving, in a sense, that should technically make us less noticeable because we are not creating a disturbance. It's like gliding. You're not doing anything.
You're riding in the shadow of the
Correct.
beast.
Correct. Lieutenant Commander, do you believe that you would be able to eject us from that tachyon radiation stream at the correct point? Understanding that you still needed to complete the combat simulations, we could perhaps add that calculation into the simulation.
If we add it
itself.
to the
Well,
yeah, I think if we add it
our
into the
computers-
simulation,
Our computers are not built for traveling like that. You're gonna have to do it manually.
It's almost like someone needed an AI.
Or a really,
Says Q.
really good pilot.
I mean, we have a. I don't mean
Mhm.
to. We have a good pilot. We have an AI, right? Nara can be my co-pilot.
The
That would
version of Nara
imply
that you
that-
have is very limited in their capabilities.
Yeah.
It's
I-
almost like it's like an echo, almost of a
So,
of a
Can our Nara be like a tether point to other Nara, which is like wakeboarding theory?
Right. It's literally the rope, right? Nara
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
rope that
Nara
kind of
is the
anchors us
rope.
to the ship. So what we need to do is establish a connection between the Nara light code that we have and the Nara aboard the Rally. Once that's established, we can use that as sort of a compass of sorts, acting as a tether to be able to instruct Lieutenant Commander Nilani on our guidance through the tachyon radiation. Arthur will need to re-engineer part of our ship to be able to fuel off of the radiation instead of the typical fuel source, or at least be
This might-
enhanced by it.
This might be a little bit of a slingshot-esque maneuver that is completely not. It's not acceptable, but let's do it.
The other piece, Arthur, is as we're channeling that tachyon radiation, we'll need to keep a portion of it, a subset, to be able to utilize as a weapon or defensive measure against the Rally itself once we reach it. Impacting.
I can try and make that work. The thing I'm just concerned about is I don't. Obviously, the Rally's a very different ship from ours. The amount of strain it would put on to just use whatever calculations Nara's doing for them wouldn't really work that well. I think this is a dumb idea, but I am going to try it. And I turn over to, is Q still in the corner?
He was just standing there watching you all.
I think I'm going to go steal our AI back.
Taru's going to
If
look
that-
at Q and look back at Ruben.
I thought we were going to tether connection slingshot theory.
Right, but it's just such a difference in the physics you have to understand of doing this. There's so many uncertainties. We could just,
Oh, our
We could
ship could
maybe-
blow up.
yeah, it could shear in half. We could end up,
Mhm.
I don't know, in another dimension again or something. Who knows?
Let me see if I'm getting this straight. What was it, Arthur? Ruben?
Yep.
Silly name. Anyways, you want me to take you over to that ship and have you yoink out the only thing that's keeping the anomaly stable.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Creating a brand new unstable spatial anomaly in the middle of the Alpha Quadrant.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a bad idea.
Oh, I'm all for it if you want to destroy space time. But I think we were actually supposed to stop that from happening.
Taru's over. During this happening, can Taru be like at a console, like running like data modules on like the success rate of like this plan? You know what I
And-
mean? Like,
Can
Not-
Nalani be like nerding out with Taru?
Absolutely.
yeah, we're not the still the AI plan. I think that's a desperate like measure, but like the where I'm looking for the statistic likelihood that we will be able to actually connect this data, this bit of Nara
Mhm.
to the actual code encrypted enough to create kind of like a communication link. You know, like what are the odds? I'm running some risk analysis.
While that's
Nalani,
going on, I wanted to say one more thing.
My
ahead.
head hurts.
What if we just take all the parts that are Nara and leave all the boring science bits behind? Wouldn't that work?
Rue's
And then we could
face.
at least have Nara back.
I have a question
sure.
for you, Ruben and Q. Instead of taking, so we are worried about the stability between our two tether points. Why don't we do something to just increase, the connection?
Oh, see.
Sort of like a thing that like enhances it, kind of like increasing the signal frequency so that you capture more of the data.
Now, see, that is a halfway decent plan that won't blow up the entire universe. See? They know what they're talking about.
To be honest, I kind of only know how to make things blow up.
That is fair. Your people generally like to know how to do that.
That could work. I could try. I mean, I just reprogram our communicator array. It's not like we're contacting anyone.
So, you want to run a quick simulation, Taru and Nalani?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You want to science
trying
bro
to-
this up?
I would love to science bro this up.
Let's go. Just computer expertise.
I
Apply.
think while they're doing that, Ruben's just going to start drafting plans for the changes to the engines and the nacelles.
For sure.
What are we rolling under?
Securities? Yeah.
Yeah, so insight plus security, Nalani, insight plus science, Taru. And this is going to be a difficulty 3 check.
Okay,
Oh, no,
so
it's just data analysis. This is just going to be like...
I was gonna say I have a focus in data analysis. I got.
This is just going to be a
2
difficulty 2.
Got 2.
I have. Does Starbase security systems or investigative techniques apply
No.
to this? All right, I
No.
just got 2 successes.
So that's 4 successes total?
Mhm.
Okay, so with 4 successes, the odds of this plan working, of you using the Nara code as a tether point, and basically dragging yourself behind the Raleigh so that the moment they stop, you basically show up directly behind them, is a great plan. This is a 85% success rate. Increasing the through line of the code per Ruben's addition to the plan, or sorry, that was Nalani. Increasing the adding a little bit extra of Nara's original code to the mix does increase it up to 97%.
All right,
We
let's
might be
get
able-
encrypting.
We might be able to do that with if we are able to.
Actually, sorry, 95%. I will say.
We might be able to goad Nara into reaching out from their location with the appropriate message. My concern is that whatever we send out has the potential to be picked up by the Raleigh crew. Dr. Tix, it's essential that whatever you send is something that Nara will understand and reach out towards.
Mm-hmm.
Something that Captain Harrow and his crew will not see, even if they were able to decrypt the message. We will need Nara to send data back out. We don't have enough here.
And whatever you use, I can use as some sort of, electronic cipher so that it's Nara specific and it's relatively well protected. I'll use that as part of the encryption.
Seems like a plan.
Dr. Tix, have you fallen asleep? You seem unresponsive.
AJ, his brain hurts so much.
You're good.
Has Tix just been staring at the android the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Tix has been kind of just sitting there, contemplating what this message is going to be. And then I think it's like it kind of like in relation to when two flashes talk to each other really fast, and because Tix is in science, is catching like every third or fifth word that comes through. This is like, okay, yeah, I think I got a message. Hopefully, I don't bet. Yeah, I think I got a message.
Are you going to elaborate?
You can have the message say, pieces of yourself is worth fighting for to become whole.
I don't get it.
They talk in poetry.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's really cute.
I don't think we're supposed to get it, Ruben. It's like a personal thing.
Oh, right. Feelings. I have those sometimes. All right. Am I
ate
doing
one.
this or what? You ate your... How does... What?
I don't really see how any of this is relevant. Dr. Tix, you have the message. I appreciate that. Could you please coordinate with Commander Ilani, or perhaps once that's completed, I'm going to... Ruben, perhaps we can join Sivan in the holodeck, as I know that they are preparing the simulation for Nilani. We can apprise her of the changes, an additional engineering load that we will require.
I'm actually going to have to start on the engines if that's still the plan we're going with.
That's fine.
Considering that I have to do it while we're moving?
Will that be a problem?
Let's hope I don't mess up. Otherwise, who knows?
You've got a team?
You got
That's
a team
right.
and you're trained for this. You're good.
I'm really not trained for this. This is like one of the things they tell you never to do in the engineer's manual.
Yeah, they also tell you never to do the slingshot theory when you fly a ship in pilot school, but everyone has kind of almost tried to do that at least twice.
Look, Ruben, there's been many times in which we had to look at the book, rip out some pages, and also throw the book out.
Savant or True's just kind of looking as everybody's there, kind of like trying to like encourage like Arthur, who I imagine just kind of like standing there, like rubbing his forehead, like you guys don't get it. And Taru is going to just be walking towards the door to head to the holodeck. She'll stop shoulder to shoulder with Arthur and will look across her shoulder, making eye contact. Welcome aboard the USS Solstice. And she will continue out to the holodeck.
I feel like I need to mark a point of stress for just everything that happened.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm going to get started on the engines.
Okay.
All right, I'll get that encryption working, and then I'll meet the others in the sim deck.
And then I
Dr.
guess
Tix,
I go
this is
back.
all good?
Yeah. I guess I go back to sick bay. I don't know what to
You
do.
can get back to your preparations.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. You can prep, or you can help me with more encryptions if you've got any more words to throw at Nilani.
No, I think Nara should be able to get it. Is there? This is a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully, we finish it.
I'm gonna go check up on the captain.
Sounds good.
So, with that, let's just do a quick, brief overview of the plan.
Okay. So, Naladi is encrypting a code in which we are going to use Nara with the addition of realigning the communication array to
funnel a little bit more of Nara's
to
code
funnel the code and to strengthen the bond. That message will go to Nara on the Raleigh and will encourage Nara to make that connection and strengthen it.
Like we're working with dial-up. We want her to upgrade us
Yeah.
to fiber.
Yeah.
And with that connection, we're slingshotting and keeping in tow with the Raleigh. Once the Raleigh stops, due to
We're going under the
Your,
Raleigh.
your momentum is going to carry you to a position where you are directly underneath the Raleigh.
Yes. Underneath the Raleigh with Nalali helping with the piloting and getting us into position.
Now, Savan is also going to be working on the inverse tachyon pulse to remove the basically the anomaly or render it inert
for a time. We're also hopefully going to be able to upgrade our weaponry and utilize a weak point on the bottom of the Raleigh where we can't be attacked to hold it in place or at least essentially keep it from reaching its destination. That's really what we're trying to do, is take the metaphorical wind out of Captain Harrow's sails, so to speak. Once we have that, we can then potentially, given that we're closer in proximity, coordinate better with Nara to either disable the ship entirely, get the anomaly aboard our ship. That piece we still don't have, but we do have a way to catch up. We do have a way
to catch up, and you have a way to remove one of their biggest advantages, the anomaly. Okay. You do know that the way that the Raleigh is traveling now, they will have to drop out of warp outside of Deep Space Nine in order to enter the wormhole. That has to be done at impulse. That can't be done at warp.
We have an idea of where those coordinates are.
Yeah, you know exactly where Deep Space Nine is in relation to everywhere else in the Alpha Quadrant. Now, here's the question for this team. Your Starfleet. Have any of you thought to ask for backup?
I mean, that was kind of that message I sent.
That was kind of that message that you sent.
That I don't know if it reached.
And I remember what I rolled.
Yeah.
I don't know if it reached, and I don't know how much of that message got through.
I think, Nalani was banking on M.
On M getting the message?
Yeah, on M, understanding the gravity of the situation. So...
And maybe calling in reinforcements from the Cowboys?
Because I imagine that despite Nalani being very problematic in this timeline, Nalani
timeline's still pretty nice.
Yeah, I think that she was because Nalani was you have to watch out for the Raleigh, etc., and probably given enough information to M to sort of pick up the pieces. So that was what Nalani was banking on, but doesn't quite know whether or not they put the faith in the right person because of their broken relationship.
So we basically have two forms of I don't know.
I think that, like, with Nalani being now Section 31, Nalani also wanted to use that in a very problematic way with, well, you said they have Borg technology. Are the Borgs, like, a little bit of a concern?
So the Borg are not really a concern at the moment. Not really, since there were a couple incidences, um, but they haven't really been sort of on the playing field for a while.
Mhm.
Not since the events of First Contact, I believe. Um, so they're okay. Like the only reason why the Borg technology was a concern was because in the Raleigh's travels, they have managed to co-opt uh, and adapt Borg technology to their ship
Okay.
and their crew. Their crew are augmented as well.
Um, yeah, just wondering because Nilani would have probably thought, in terms of like we need a distraction or anything, like they have to drop out of warp, and like whether or not there's anything to ping that this is like a boat that is like a big threat kind of thing. Whether or not Nilani can use Section 31 to make it a little bit more problematic. I mean, she would use it now that she has that ability, or if she has that ability. But that's the only backup from Nalani. So a bunch of maybes.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of maybes.
All right. You all converge. I believe you're all heading to the holodeck, or the holodeck 1.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get there, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Everybody grab some hydration, go do some human-y things, and we will see you very soon. we're back. We just had to do like a quick little bit of housekeeping. We have upgraded our ship. Do we want to talk a little bit about the ship's character sheet and what changes we've made to it?
It goes boom better now.
And
Yep,
it
yeah,
can take a
zippy
boom
up.
a little better now too. You
Mhm.
muted.
The walkie-talkie's got an upgrade.
Initially our ship was focused on triage and rescue. And realizing that we're in a little bit more of a dire circumstance than that, we've given upgrades to our engines, our structure, our weapons, our communications, and to the relevant departments like security and our maneuverability. So our con has improved as well. So we're a little bit more of a well-rounded vessel, I think, and that is going to give us a little bit more of a tactical advantage. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. So I think the camera is going to cut. I'm going to ask Nilani. I want you to make me a daring plus con check, please.
Mhm.
And we're going to assist you with the engines plus con for the ship. So whoever would like to, I can roll for the ship, if. But the
Awesome.
new and
So I'm
improved
just-
ship's character sheet is also in our little Discord chat.
And I'm just, this is just flying.
Yes.
All right, I'm just checking my talents because I have, most of mine are evasions. So I only.
And
Alrighty, that is 2 successes from me.
the ship assisted you with 1 success. So the camera opens up on this, on a battle in space, and there is phaser fire going across the decks of ships. And Nilani, you pilot the ship through and under just so that you are in exactly the right space. And our new security chief begins to fire. Hi, Noir. It's so nice to see you with that name generator in chat. Thank you so much for Chief Engineer.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of how I can't.
Can I make a suggestion?
Ollie.
Can I
Please
make? Yeah, it would be Olivier
Olivier
Kosov.
Klosov?
Yeah.
That is how it is.
Never. Amazing.
I paid my dues. Oliver Klosov. Are you happy?
Please be happy. I paid my dues.
I paid my dues.
I paid my dues.
that was that.
You do have the power to just put all these names onto the Raleigh instead.
I could. I really could. So
Noir did request a chief engineer, and we already have one.
we
We already have one.
a
Her name's
chief
Savon.
engineer.
Yeah.
And her clothes are on right now. Okay, thank you.
Right
But
now.
later.
Hey, hey.
She tried for that smooch, but she got dock blocked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like.
As you were.
I'm gonna like trap them in the closet somewhere.
Give him 7 minutes in heaven.
Serve some.
We're losing control of this. But anyways, it opens up. You get just underneath this thing of the ship, the bottom of the ship, and what was the name of the new security chief that we gave them again?
Sonus
Sonus
Kell.
Sonus Cal. Gotcha. Sonus Cal, it's like, all right, I've got a lock. And fires. And there is a dramatic explosion as you rip a hole into the bottom. make me another daring plus con check to, or actually a control plus con check to make sure that you can stay in that place.
Okay, sweet.
This is a difficulty. This difficulty is going to be 3.
Okay, sweet. Does composure work here?
Yes.
As a thing, so I have flyby, which is like whenever you use, well, it's a swift task, momentum spin. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
that'll
be in actual combat. This is just
I have 3 successes.
Okay, perfect. You managed to keep it just level enough, and I think at that point, Sonus says, "All right, computer and program," and the holodeck comes. I think we practiced it about as good as we can.
Yeah.
She's doing her part. The ship is holding together really nicely, and these repairs that we've done, I think we stand a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you see any weak points in our maneuvering, in where they might catch us?
I'll run some analysis on our run-throughs. We weren't successful on all of them, so we'll see what went wrong where, and we can work on closing those gaps.
All right. Sick. Awesome. Good work.
Oh, good work. That's some fancy flying.
Thanks.
And Lieutenant Cal grabs the data pad with the data and, all right, I'm gonna head back to my office and start preparing everybody just in case we get boarded. We need to run some more drills.
Sounds good.
All right. And they'll take off through the door. Sylvan, listen, I was able to get a pretty good amount of power from those engines, but I need to get started on this inverse tachyon pulse.
All right.
Nora, I love you.
Savan's talking to Nalani.
No, yeah.
Is it?
Sylvan says, yeah, I need to get working on this inverse tachyon pulse so that we can help
That's
get that
I'll,
advantage out of the... I've been running simulations in the background just to see what kind of device I need to build, and I think I've got it together. I just need to get into my lab and start working on it. All right.
sounds good.
And
Thanks.
Savan grabs their toolkit and heads out as well. And you're sort of... I think you're by yourself in the holodeck at this point. What do you do, Nalani?
I think that Nalani kind of having a moment of like silence and stillness. It's sort of like replaying, not necessarily redoing the simulation, but replaying it, and probably takes her data pad out to look at what this timeline Nalani, like what information she has on this timeline, and sort of has like compiled or extracted as much information as she can into a package, like a data package that she is like still contemplating on sending to M. Like pot, yeah.
What does the data package contain that you're going to send to M?
The data package contains some information on the Raleigh, but also information on Nalani's original timeline. I don't think that if there are any mysteries that Nalani can uncover from her current timelines, like
where
what
the
has
paths might have
happened.
diverged, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that Nalani is collecting the information to sort of make sure that comes to light.
Okay. As you're sort of working on getting this timeline sorted and like getting all the data in place, there is a chirp on the on your communicator badge.
This is Lieutenant Commander.
Nalani, Nadan, this is Havar. We're receiving a encrypted communication. Your eyes only.
Oh. All right. Do I have to go anywhere? Can I just stay
You
there?
can just say you can take it on the computer panel here. Just say you can
I'll take it
in
here.
In holodeck 1.
Yeah, I'll take it on the holodeck.
Okay. Patching it through now.
Making
And
sure it's secure.
it sort of the holodeck actually takes the call itself, and there is a sort of little flashing this thing that says encrypted message, and it flashes and blinks to life, and you see sort of standing dressed in black, you see the form of Idris, the Section 31 agent that you all had encountered previously. Got your message.
Well, that was the intent.
Oh no, not that one. I got that one too.
The other one.
From your doctor?
Oh. You know, I had a suspicion that not everything went to plan. Are you the only one that's got it?
For now. This is all very sensitive information. Time streams
It's a very
diverging.
sensitive situation.
Figured I'd talk to you first before I ran it up the chain.
Well, all ears.
I assume that you're in pursuit of the rally?
That we are.
That anomaly in the AI that it holds, I don't need to tell you that it's important and of interest to Section 31.
Hasn't gone past me or anything. I'm well aware of how valuable the information, the technology, and everything about it is.
And I don't need to tell you that recovering it would go a long way in furthering your career with us. However,
Well aware.
I don't think that I'm talking to the right Nalani.
You're talking to the Nalani that has the skill set that needs to be used for this mission.
Oh, I don't doubt that. You always were very gifted and on our radar. Just we picked you up at the right time, I think here is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you
And
say?
your issue is you don't know what's going to happen once we make contact?
Oh, you're a little bit of a wild card. I mean, I don't know if you're the kind to let your better angels do the thinking for you. Or if you're the kind that will make the right choice when it comes down to it. This technology is valuable, and it's also dangerous. and in the wrong hands.
Well, we're facing what's happening when it's in the wrong hands now, aren't we?
Clearly. But there are worse hands that it could be in.
I'm sure.
I don't need to tell you. The Dominion. The Romulans. The war never ended here.
No. Are you doing anything with this information while we go out and retrieve the anomaly?
I can put out some feelers.
It would be appreciated.
Stay safe out there. Their expression softens. Genuinely.
Thanks, I guess. I'll do what I can.
If you like, you can make an insight plus security check.
That is one success. Wait, inside. Security. Yeah, one success.
This Idris is a little different from the one that you remember. The way their expression softened is almost caring.
Oh no, Nalani's gonna have a crisis. And if there's any information that you can provide me to keep up to date with this current timeline, that'd be appreciated too.
I'll send you the
I
data
can't make a
packet.
decision. Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I owe you one anyway. At least this one owes you one. Stay safe out there.
I will. See you on the other side.
Clear skies. It fades to black. And you're left in the empty holodeck.
Profanities.
Profanities.
I'm going to open that data package and just absorb as much information as I can.
You've got everything on this timeline.
Damn.
The data dump happens. It's easy to sort through. It's all very neat and organized. And
Mhm.
and there is a lot of encrypted intelligence.
Oh, this Nalani's very busy. Do I make a connection of what I have done with Idris to make Idris owe me one?
There is a record of a Black Ops project that was on one of the Klingon moons. Klingons are your allies. You shouldn't have been there. But things went a little south, and you managed to get Idris out on time without blowing your cover. And they owe you one. Because if they had been caught by the Klingons, it would have risked a war with the Federation.
Okay. Is like the Section 31 kind of like the resistance to this, like, talking Star Wars? Like, there's the Empire and then there's the Resistance, or are they still just as shady?
Oh, okay. So think about it this way: the Federation are like the goody goody two shoes, like your Boy Scouts. And Section 31 technically shouldn't actually exist on the records in a good and kind and just federation, but it does. They do the work that the federation is too moral to do.
All right. Well, I guess Nalani can kind of see why they went this other direction with everything happening, I guess. Oh, crap. Nice.
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 Yeah, the Romulans have the Obsidian Order. Starfleet has Section 31. Only the deal is that everybody knows about the Obsidian Order. Not really very many people are supposed to know about Section 31. That is very need to know, and not very many people need to know.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is perfect. I love this, says Nalani under her breath.
But you do also get an additional... You do realize that through this data you have an additional complication. The war with the Dominion is still going on.
We're not going to get help with Starfleet.
You can get help with Starfleet, but like I said, you might have to get it through less scrupulous means.
Mm-hmm. I will relay the relevant information to our team regarding this and how it may affect who we communicate with, what we can do, who we expect.
Sounds good. And with that, the camera will shift. Who wants to go next? Who wants to take an old spinneroony at the last little bit before we start closing it down for the evening?
I feel like mine's pretty quick and straightforward.
Mm-hmm. What you up to,
Let's see how
Arthur?
badly I mess everything up.
I can say that I can safely say that you don't mess anything up, because any of the things that could have been messed up were handled through arc milestones, so you don't have to roll for it.
Don't I still need to roll for something, though? Aren't I affecting the card?
Are you trying to create the data siphon to get more of Nara's code?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Then make me a reason plus engineering check.
Awesome. Do I know the difficulty on this?
Yeah, you do. It's a difficulty... This is going to be a difficulty 4, and the ship's computers can assist you.
I would love some assist from the ship's computers, but... And I know this might sound scary, I am going to use a point of threat to buy a d20,
Alright.
because it gives me advantage on one of my dice, too.
Okay.
You also have momentum.
You do have
Add
momentum.
two
that you
momentum.
can
I don't
Yeah.
get advantage if I use momentum.
Oh.
It allows
Well-
it allows them to re-roll it. So the ship's going to assist with
Thank
computers
God I did
plus
that.
science.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Did you roll a
You-
20?
Come on, buddy.
I rolled a 19 into, you guessed it, another 19.
Those
Uh,
dice need to go into the trash.
Buddy.
Absolutely not.
Buddy.
That is 2 successes for me in a 19.
So it is only 3 successes.
I would love to... What is this? Do I know what the cost is if I succeed at a cost?
The cost is a complication that the GM might keep close to the vest.
I don't like it.
how we feel in
What-
team.
But like, what's the if you only have 3 successes, what does that mean for what we're trying to do? Does that mean we don't get an increased buff in connection?
It means that the connection might fizzle. It doesn't necessarily mean the connection might fizzle, it just means you might not get everything that you want. You can still use the tether plan, but the rope's not as strong. So so the difficulty prior to it was if you increase the threshold, the difficulty is okay, so let me just do a quick check. So, the odds go from 85% up to 95%. If you
Mhm.
so it basically what
Yeah.
what your GM is telling you is that in order to see how well this works, I will be rolling a single d20.
Mhm.
And if I roll an 18, a 19, or a 20, there will be a big complication with this
Mhm.
plan.
Worst that could happen. 3 successes is enough.
But if you manage to increase the signal strength, the complication is only on a 20.
But there is a consequence that exists
If you choose to go with a consequence.
if we choose this. Yeah.
If you choose to succeed at a cost, there is a consequence that does exist.
I think Ruben.
Cole brings up a good point. Perfect plans seldom proceed perfectly.
I think
Sure.
Ruben is just working on like the warp coils.
I
That's enough.
am cruisy with any idea because we have glass cannoned ourselves anyway.
That's. I feel like Ruben is.
Would you like to succeed at a cost, or would you like to leave it as it is? Would you like to leave it
yeah.
lie?
Do what your
I
heart
think-
tells you to do, Milan.
Yeah.
Do what's in
What's the
your heart.
likelihood that this is also a 19, considering I just rolled 2 19s?
Let's try it.
Lower the dice.
I think Ruben is just like humming an Ancient Earth show tune while they're working. A classic Ancient Earth, pivotal to the culture
Clearly.
of Ruben. This old program called DuckTales.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'll accept that because the for some reason the first thought that went into my head was Darkwing Duck, and I was like, that's close enough.
I was also thinking something from the Disney afternoon. Anyway, looks at the levels and sees they're at like 85% plasma injection from the warp core reactor. Is like, yeah, this is good enough, and just like time to go work on something else.
Okay.
And so we're going to just take the 3d the
three
the 3 successes.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna be a critical success. Come on.
It was almost fun for a second.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really
man.
sad.
Says a voice in the Jeffries tubes.
Are you just gonna creepily follow me all day, or are you harassing other members of the crew too?
I can multitask.
But are you though? That doesn't really answer my question.
One day.
What does that mean? Why are you following me?
Why do you keep following me?
What are you doing in my Jeffrey's tubes?
What are you doing in my house? What are
I
you
want-
doing in my
Cute.
house?
I want
He
waffle
doesn't even
fries.
go here.
What are you
Wa-
doing in
waffle
my
fries.
tubes? What are you doing in my tubes?
Oh my god. Amazing.
Amazing. So, who's next? Who's next? Who's gonna get harassed by someone or something next?
I feel like that scene ends after they like blink away with Arthur just saying under
Oh
their
no!
breath, I have.
Q never actually showed their face. They was just a voice in the tubes.
Oh God, that's even worse. Are they into me or are they trying to kill me? I have no clue.
I feel like we're like
Sorry.
on like that those like DVD like games in which it's just like Nalani has been blacked out, grayed
Yeah.
out, Ruben has been grayed out, and then it's just Tix and Drew just like
do you wanna?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go next. I feel like I feel like what it looks like is the camera pans to Counselor Ari
Mhm.
as they walk down towards their office, and standing outside adjusting the sleeves of her uniform is Taru, waiting patiently.
Oh, this is unexpected. Wait,
Hello.
We didn't have a session on the books, did we? Did I miss something?
No, there was no session. However, do you have a moment?
For you, always.
Thank you. True will, follow her into the office and then stand awkwardly at one of the corners of the desk and wait. Just kind of like look expectingly like at Ari.
Sorry, allergies. You think I wouldn't get them, but occasionally I get them when I'm nervous. There's no actual desk. There's actually just two comfortable chairs, and she just sits in one, leans back. Have a seat, if you like. Or stand. It's your choice.
True will sit tentatively on the very edge of the comfy chair, like obviously still treating it as if it were like a bench. Thank you for making time for me in this moment. I believe that it was important to have a direct conversation with you and report some behaviors. I regret to use the word impulses.
Impulses.
That is correct.
From
It's
you?
unclear.
You don't seem the impulsive type.
Typically, I am not. Since our encounter with the Raleigh, it has grown increasingly difficult for me to maintain a sense of objectivity. I am concerned this will affect my judgment.
Elaborate.
Captain
Or provide
Harrow.
examples.
Well, an example of this behavior would be when we were engaged with the USS Raleigh fleeing into the anomaly. I made the brash decision to remove all safety protocols, keeping us preserved from the wash of tachyon radiation outside of our ship, ultimately leading to the capture of the AI Nara and the USS Raleigh's procurement of the anomaly. Had I acted more rationally, perhaps this outcome would not have come to pass.
It sounds like you took a calculated risk using the knowledge that you had on hand, and the results were not favorable. That's not a failure in judgment. That's just gambling and losing. You know that, right, Tarun? All we can do is accumulate data and hope that with what we garner, we can make a correct decision. But the truth is that there are no right and wrong decisions. They're just decisions. And there are outcomes.
I have found as we continue to pursue the USS Raleigh, a deepening sense of I believe I am unclear, as it has been some time since I have engaged with this part of myself. I believe that I'm beginning to feel anger. I think that this will cloud my judgment.
I thought that the Kolinar had purged emotions.
I believe that there are factors aboard this vessel which may have exceeded the threshold for such a ceremony.
Factors such as perhaps one's feelings for a certain chief engineer.
One could surmise.
And the fact that that person was in danger. And you felt probably for the first time in a long time powerless to prevent something bad from happening to someone that you cared about, because that was an external factor which you, with every ounce of logic, have no control over. Am I off the mark?
Your theory is probable, more probable than others. Doctor, I'm concerned that I have never felt the impulse, the inclination to serve outside of my rank or duty. I am a science officer. I have unlike others in my position who would maybe garner ambition, I do not hold this. I believe that oftentimes progress is often made by people recognizing their place within systems, optimizing their performance for the greater good. Ari,
She leans in at the first name. Or they lean in at the first name.
I feel I have something to prove.
Then what is it that you feel you need to prove? Sure.
The Captain Harrow is wrong.
About what?
The Prime Directive. That we are resources. I am struggling. It is unsettling to be feeling.
Vocalize. You're logical. You can name specific actions and how they make you feel.
I am angry that Captain Harrow nearly took someone from me. I am afraid that this would happen again. And this time the cost will be greater. I am afraid that I have not calculated correctly, that my reckless wielding of data has led us to a inevitable end. More than that, I'm afraid that I will not prove Captain Harrow wrong. And then I will not be able to see the daisies again.
Daisies?
A minor detail. It would take too much to explain.
Taru, all I can tell you is that you are, by far, one of the most competent officers on this crew. And there is no shame in acting outside of given parameters of what is expected of you. I think that there is someone other than me that you should be telling these feelings to.
My understanding that it is if crew members were experiencing emotional distress, the protocol mandated that they should seek out the ship's counselor.
That is protocol. Yes, that is true. If you're experiencing emotional distress, you should definitely speak to me.
Should I talk to Dr. Tix? Perhaps there is some...
No, I'm talking about Savan. A lot of these emotions and how you feel are related to them. All you can do is what you can do, Taru. And the ship and the crew that inhabit it will assist you when the time is right. And I've already had this conversation with many other crew members who are have a lot more difficulty compartmentalizing their emotions. Everybody is scared, Taru. Everybody is angry. and everybody has something to prove. The point is that we're professionals. And if your thoughts and feelings are centered on one person and whether or not they are going to be okay, then you should tell that person.
Taru will stand up and straighten her uniform shirt and stand for a second before going over to the door and like going to raise her hand to like open it, but we'll stop for a moment and turn back. You are certain this has nothing to do with the way that my father raised me, or perhaps my first grade teacher?
And if you waste one more moment not telling Sovan how you feel, if she doesn't murder you, I will.
Understood. Thank you.
Dismissed.
And Taru will step out into the hall.
Vulcans.
Professional Vulcan Wrangler. Ari Shovsky.
How many sessions has Ari put their hands to their head after talking to Taru?
Every
Just like
single.
I think every
one.
single one leaves Ari just a little bit more flummoxed and
No,
vexed.
you can't win at mental health. That's not how it works, Taru.
According to Taru, it is.
What do you mean? I get adequate vitamin D, 8 hours of sleep every night.
And that's where we're going to close that portion. Dr. Tix, last but not least, what are you doing?
I think all the preparations are done for the medical team. Just probably like some things here and there of moving some stuff into the mess hall to prepare. But Tix can leave that for the nurses. I think Tix is sitting in their office, pulls a drawer out, takes out that bottle, just puts it up on top of his desk. Doesn't take any cups out. Doesn't open the bottle. Just kind of sits there and just... Hey, Lou. We're about to go into the fold again. I know you're watching over me. There is so much risk here. Risks in us succeeding, risks in us failing, more risks of us failing. Never understood how you were the pillar until you passed. And scientifically speaking, you should have been scared out of your goddamn mind. But you always had a good poker face. I'm gonna need that for this one. And he kind of just slumps back, just staring at the bottle.
For a second, the way that the bottle sort of curves and shapes, you almost see another person sitting in the chair opposite you. And you think for a second that you see Dr. Llewellyn. When you lean in to sort of focus, you realize that you're staring at your own reflection, though a little twisted and distorted. Because so much of her is in you. What she taught you. And you carry those lessons.
Tixel, like, when they realize it's their own reflection, leans back and he's like, I know. And just takes the bottle, puts it back in the drawer, and just like, oh, all right. Doctor's in. Time to get to work. And we'll stand up and start heading out to the office and be standby at the bridge.
Sounds good. And I think all of you come up to the bridge around the same time.
I think I would be in the engine room.
We know where Ruben is. Ruben's in the engine room.
Yeah.
But the bridge crew come up around the same time. And the captain, now better for the treatments that you all were able to find and provide, sitting in the chair. Are we ready?
Never.
All right. Initiate the entanglement. Taru? You press a few buttons. And it begins. I will roll this single d20. And
Vibes.
but I will keep what I rolled
No.
to myself.
Of course you will.
So that's the one, because we
Here.
critically succeed.
Here. Here.
We completely slice through the Raleigh. They're already blown up. We win.
But we will
Right.
find out what happens.
Oh,
How many channel points to find out now?
Send him. Send him, chat. Now's the time.
No channel points to find out now. We're gonna find
He's like,
out
"I got
exactly
him."
what happens and how this shakes out next episode. But if someone wants to
Brilliant.
spend some channel points for a lore drop, you can get like maybe an after credits scene after we do our outros.
Nice.
I don't know the Star Trek theme. It just eluded me.
Depends on which one. There's a bunch, but it'll probably be like at this point because you're on your way there. It'll probably be like the last couple notes of the Deep Space Nine theme.
Not Faith of the Heart.
No, not Faith of the Heart. We're not going Rod Stewart on this one.
Cause I've got faith. And that's all I can think.
Yep. Do 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 do. And hey, this is our outros. We're gonna go through and everybody's gonna tell us who they are, where we're gonna find them. But next week we're gonna do some space battling That's a thing that's gonna happen. We're gonna see how
Yes!
everything goes. All the sciencey science that y'all planned. You did such a good job of planning. I'm so proud of you. But we're gonna go through and
That
we're
was all
gonna
them.
have everybody say who they are, where we can find them before we head on out of here. We were gonna start in the opposite order with our Lieutenant Arthur Rubin. Milan.
Hey, I'm Mallard, also known as Milan. I said that backwards than I normally do. It's fine. You can find me over on Twitter as @MallardMan_. Follow me there because I tweet nonsense all the time, and sometimes that nonsense is funny.
Sometimes.
In addition, follow me on Twitch. I have been streaming again recently over on twitch.tv/MallardMan with a capital on both of those M's. I don't think that matters for Twitch, though. In addition to that, find me every other Monday, which, based on counting, you would count this last Monday because we did just do an episode at Neon Lights Roleplay, where I am running a VTM Chronicle that is heating up. Oh boy! We've got some great folks in that, including someone that, if you're around this channel enough, you definitely recognize. It's Doridla, also known as D.
You love them.
I don't have anything else to shout out right now. I have been a bit stagnant the last few months after graduating because I am still looking for a job. All right.
Next
That's
up,
me.
we've got our lovely friend Osara X Franco.
Hi, hello. I am Osara X Franco, and I play Taru, the Vulcan science officer. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, all the places at Osara X Franco. I do a variety of TTRPG content here on Critical Misses with this stream. And across several other incredible communities like Nat20, Neon Lights Roleplay, Plus One EXP. The next time you can see me doing that thing is going to be on Plus One EXP tomorrow morning, where I will be playing in a one-shot, which I'm very excited for. The game system that we're playing is, let me double check and make sure, Butter Princess, which is just wild. And I'm very, very excited. I was told we'd be stealing a butter statue. And that's all I needed to know to be on board. You can find me on Tuesday on Nat20 in Power Beyond, every other Wednesday and Against the Tides. And also keep an eye out on Nat20, where I will be GMing my first campaign on Nat20. So I'm very, very excited. So many good things, light and love, all the things. Passing it over to Wasa.
Wasa.
Wasa. G'day everyone. My name is Wasa. You can find me on Twitter at Wasabotte, WASABOTTE. I am a writer, and you might find some of the things that I'm writing in, for example, Sina Una, which is a 5e compatible module which uses pre-colonial Philippines as its inspiration for our monsters, our world, everything amazing. I've written in Mnemonic for Kids on Brooms, and I am writing a cool little thing for Deimos Academy. You might hear a little bit more about that sometime soon. And keep a close eye on the Twitters. I know I haven't really been there, but there is some exciting stuff coming up that I will finally remove from NDA land into the internet, which is super exciting. Yeah, find me here. There's cool stuff being planned. Yeah, thanks, Anita. This was amazing.
Heck yeah. Last but certainly not least, we've got our lovely Dr. Tixel, also known as Whoosha Kid.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Sushi Kid. You can find me on the 3Ts of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. I am a video editor, a stream producer, a transcriber, TTRPG performer, voice actor. You know, just doing all the things. Hire me, please. The things you can find me coming up on. What's the first thing that's coming up? On Thursday, you can find me over on Total Party Kiss for the second episode of Power Rangers The Next Generation, in which I play Melee, the Hispanic cook who likes to kick. And he is the Yellow Ranger. That is DM'd by the lovely A Fluffy Goomba. It is his first campaign, two-shot kind of thing that he is doing, and he is absolutely killing it. And then you can find me here next week on Friday, right here. You know where to find me. You know exactly where to find me. And then on the 16th, you can find me over on Just the Human, taking part in their Rolling for Reproductive Rights charity stream. We are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I will be playing an artificer named Kjol, and not spelled like Coal. It's very specially spelled.
All right, keep your spelling secrets.
It's Kyaol.
Oh.
And that's actually Just the Humans with only one S.
I just looked it up.
Yeah. And then the next time you see me is probably gonna be Gen Con. I'm going to Gen Con. I'm gonna be working behind the scenes stuff, but please, I mean, I need to probably go say this, but Morning Ritual's gonna be at Gen Con. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Morning Ritual's gonna be at Gen Con.
Which kind of leads it to me, I guess. Hey, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. And you can find me here on Saturdays for Morning Ritual. For next Friday for our finale of this show. And then we're gonna go on a little bit of a break because I'm in the process of moving. So it'll just be just a little bit hairy for a little bit until we can get everything sort of settled into the new space, into the new digs. But once we're done with that, we'll be going to Gen Con, as AJ mentioned, and we have announced our guest slot for Morning Ritual Live. And I will throw the link in chat so that you all can see where we're gonna be for Morning Ritual Live. If I can just go on my actual Twitter for 2 seconds. So we are, our guests are going to be Omnis X, Cadiosaurus, Latia Jaquise, Burrito, and Chaotic Darby are our wonderful guests for Gen Con Live. So if you're in the Indianapolis area, mask up, come visit, come hang out with us, and sign up for the panel. And there's the information below. We should also be live streaming it, I think. They haven't really told me in one way or the other, but fingers crossed, one way or another, we'll figure it out. But yes. And then
That's
tomorrow...
gonna be Friday at 10 a.m.
Yes, 10 a.m.
Right.
Eastern Standard Time. So it will be 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 7 a.m. for our Pacific Standard folks who are probably going to have to get up early if they want to watch it live, or they can just come to the con and see us or something.
He just comes on con.
I want to go to bed.
If it's safe to do so, of course. But we have Morning Ritual tomorrow. Our guest is Sailor Scout Austin, and next week we've got Zerjester as our guest. But that is that. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Mondays, you can find me over on Q Times channel. I'm playing in a Star Wars Age of Rebellion game, and I'm playing Myth Trutal, your Bothan analyst, who's kind of the face of the party, and let our pilot do the talking during the last social encounter. It was amusing, because our pilot is Noir. But that is it. That's me. You can find me... Yeah, I'm just gonna... In fact, we're actually just gonna head over there right now, because Q Times... We're going to keep the space theme going. Q Times, they are doing Space Aces. Aces in space.
Actually.
Or they shut down.
Sorry.
What's up?
Sorry, no. We should go over to Neon Lights Roleplay because
Are
they're
they on?
currently doing a charity stream that we should absolutely 100 bajillion %
Yes,
support.
absolutely. So we are going to do... Thank you very much, because I
yeah.
did not see that they were online.
Yes, I believe that they still are, but we should go over there to support the charity stream that they've got going on. They're doing a series to promote reproductive rights and police reform.
How am I not
so
seeing
please
them
go
online on my channel? What's going on?
and donate. Oh no, are they not? I'm seeing them.
You're
Am I
seeing
crazy?
them? Okay.
Yeah, they're live for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're live for me.
Why are they not online for me? But yeah, we're gonna go over and we're gonna say hi to Neon Lights roleplay. Yes, because for some reason, why were they?
So weird, but it's okay. I got you.
Thank you very much. I didn't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh, it's because they changed their icon. That's why.
Oh, gotcha. Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna go head over there, say hello, go help donate, spread the love, because as a uter owner, it's very important. Reproductive health is very important. We'll talk to y'all soon. We'll see you next week for the next episode. Until next time, clear skies. Bye, everybody. And move it in.